zone, but you know, you can't go in with a half-hearted tackle. You'll get run into from behind if you're too easy on the brakes.
And he's been on the podium here, of course, in F2 previously, former F2 champion and Formula E champion too. Will he get pinched on the inside into that chicane? It's so easy, isn't it, Martin, to lose ground by being in the wrong place at the wrong time when you approach there.
Yes, and the cars are a couple of metres wide, and two of them really won't successfully go through there, and that's when they start bumping tyres face to face of the sticky tyre compound and launching up into the air, as indeed, of course, we saw with Verstappen and Hamilton, albeit not at the start. 2.09
seconds, that Red Bull pit stop from last week. Sergio Perez getting that one, and the top 5 Red Bull pit stops so far this season. Now, we're onto the back straight with Charles Leclerc and George Russell. Yuki Tsunoda is just making his way through the Curva Grande. There's quite a distance between the field here, and I rather get the feeling that the front runners are going to be sat on that grid for quite some time. There's the previous winners here in Monza. Daniel Ricciardo last year, what a great 1-2 that was for McLaren. Pierre Gasly, sensational win in 2020, and Charles Leclerc winning in 2019 at his team's home Grand Prix from pole position, which is the task that he's got to have today. And Max Verstappen saying in the build-up, we're not necessarily having to win this race, we don't need to win this race, but you know when the lights go out, he's going to want to win this race.
Yes, and we heard Christian Horner say the same thing in our pre-show as well, didn't we? We don't have to win today's race, and of course, strictly speaking, they don't, but the teams are not allowed to talk to their drivers on the formation lap, so they can't say, slow down a bit, you know, collect the pack up here, because they can't give them information, for example, of how their practice start went. They want the drivers to be totally in charge of getting these cars prepared and then off the line.
The drivers know what they have to do. Tyre warm-up is essential. Lando Norris has been trying to warm his tyres up too, and as I mentioned, they're going to be sat on the grid for quite a bit. Charles Leclerc has slowed them down somewhat through the parabolica, but the stragglers, as it were, emerging from around the final corner as the man on pole lines up.
And keep an eye on the second row, the two McLarens, because they've got a nice slipstream effect behind, although they're on the medium compound tyres. Behind, of course, Leclerc and Gasly, but everybody behind.
Carlos Sainz up into 60.
And Hamilton showing, he is up to 19th now, but initially was back down in 20th place, has not been able to find the way through.